Friday, July 17th. I've been fascinated by further prayers from Michel Coist. Michel Coist, remember, he's French. And how they were written so long ago and yet seem so relevant even in these times. This one is called, Will You Come and Have a Drink? And although he was writing in the 60s, this one is actually written in the 80s, but is still relevant today. And by the way, I was shocked to realise that 80s sounds so much more modern and yet is still 30 to 40 years ago. How old am I? Listen to this. My friend said, Will you come and have a drink? And I thought about the innumerable invitations repeated every day. You'll have something to drink. What will you have? Come on, we'll drink to my birthday. And now let's drink to us. Drink and drink again, Lord. Are people always thirsty then? I know they are thirsty. Their bodies are thirsty sometimes, perhaps, but above all, their hearts. Lonely people looking for company, for words to hear, for gales of laughter to drown their sorrows, for an exchange of glances, of amusement or complicity, for gestures which touch them, to know that they exist and that they are recognised, to experience, to feel. That through the network of relationships established in a moment, there is a little bit of life which engenders warmth and unity. They are thirsty, they feel like drinking, but their thirst is not quenched. Tomorrow they'll begin all over again. I'm thirsty too, Lord, thirsty for shared life. But I know that there is another thirst, hidden beneath my human thirsts. The thirst is for your life in my life. I search for you, Lord, but all too often I look for you far away, while you are waiting for me close by, so close that I don't see you. And yet you have said to me, whoever loves me will obey my teaching. My Father will love him, and my Father and I will come to him and live with him. Then why, Lord, why do I walk so often alone in my barren desert with withered limbs and empty hands? Why do I live without life when you offer me yours? I beg you, Lord, that I may hear more often your silent invitations over the noise of my days, because you also, Lord, offer me a drink. You offer me water, which will quench my thirst forever. And since you are waiting for me at the threshold of my heart, as you waited for the Samaritan woman long ago beside Jacob's well, let me plunge often, very often, into the deepest part of myself and find the well and drink from this well which never runs dry. Then my thirst will be quenched, Lord. I will be renewed, my troubles overcome, and my words and gestures purified, and I will be able to turn toward my brothers and sisters again, to have a drink with them. I won't be going reluctantly, grudging the time lost, but wholeheartedly, thirst quenched and heart alive with your life. I too will contribute my words, my laughter, my glances and gestures. And if my friends say when they are leaving, thanks a million, we've had a great time together, I'll offer these thanks to you, Lord, because through me, thanks to you, perhaps they will have tasted a few mouthfuls of your living water. I wonder how people who are parched of human contact, of Costa coffee and cake and all those things that we took for granted, being able to just pop in for a cup of tea. I wonder how many people haven't had anyone pop in for weeks and weeks. And I wonder how thirsty people's souls have been for human contact, and whether or not those souls might have been seeking something deeper, something that would quench their thirst for much longer than an hour or two. And I wonder too how we will quench the thirst of those that are dry and parched of human contact and spiritual water, life-giving water. How will we reach out? I remember once a Columbo, one of those old detective stories, and it was all about how a murder was committed by subliminally inserting slides of cold glasses of lemonade into a film, so that subliminally those images of needing a drink were broadcast into a cinema, and the person watching was then so thirsty unconsciously that they left the cinema and of course met their fate at the hands of the murderer. But of course Columbo got them in the end. But my thought for today is this: there are a lot of people out there who are anxious, lonely, still not ready for full contact, and yet they are thirsty. And I wonder, how are you going to subliminally present to them their need for more than a glass of water? How will you quench the thirsty souls of those around you? Do you know who's thirsty? Do you know who's lonely? The church has been set free from its walls. Now the church is scattered in 1,000 houses in every town and village. It's our job to take the living water to the dry souls that need it, even if they don't know that they need it. So my challenge to you is this: can you find one person to give a spiritual drink to today? My second thing is this: how thirsty are you? And do you need a spiritual drink too? If so, where will you go? To whom will you go? Drink deeply, and I'll see you tomorrow.